Hello students, today I shall be presenting to you the Lee's theorem. Let V be a finite dimensional vector space over an algebraically closed field F of characteristic 0. So note the conditions carefully. V is a finite dimensional vector space over an algebraically closed field F of characteristic 0, and L is a solvable Lie algebra of linear operators on V. L is a solvable Lie algebra of linear operators on V. Then there exists a basis B of V such that the matrix of T in this spaces is upper triangular. TB belongs to T and F for all T in L. So matrix of every linear operator T in L is upper triangular. This is what we shall be proving. Let's begin the proof. Suppose that V equal to V1 containing V2 containing V3 so on containing Vn containing Vn plus 1 which is 0 be a composition series of V relative to L. So this is a composition series, implies that each Vi upon Vi plus 1 is irreducible. Now if T belongs to L, then we can take Ti, the restriction of T to Vi. These Vi's are invariant under L, so restriction of T to Vi will be a linear operator on Vi for all I equal to 1 to n plus 1. And we define Ti bar from Vi upon Vi plus 1 to Vi upon Vi plus 1 by Ti bar of x plus Vi plus 1 is Tix plus Vi plus 1, and because Ti is the restriction of T, so this is Tx plus Vi plus 1 for all x in Vi. Now these Ti bars are well defined, because if x plus Vi plus 1 is y plus Vi plus 1, then x minus y belongs to Vi plus 1, and these Vi's are invariant under L, so Tx minus y, which is Tx minus Ty, is again in Vi plus 1. So Tx plus Vi plus 1 is Ty plus Vi plus 1. So this implies that Ti bar of x plus Vi plus 1 is Ti bar of y plus Vi plus 1. So Ti bars are well defined. So these are linear operators on Vi upon Vi plus 1. So Li bar is the collection of all such Ti bar. Li bar is Ti bar such that T is in L. Every T belonging to L will give us Ti bar for every I. So Li bar is the collection of these Ti bar. Then the map theta from L to Li bar given by theta of T is Ti bar is clearly an epimorphism, because every Ti bar will be coming from T. So this is an epimorphism. So Li bar is a homomorphic image of L, and because L is solvable, so Li bar is also solvable. Now Li bar subspace of Vi upon Vi plus 1 is of the type Wi upon Vi plus 1, where Wi is an L subspace containing Vi plus 1 and contained in Vi. So Wi is sandwiched between Vi and Vi plus 1, but Vi and Vi plus 1 are irreducible, so we cannot have a proper subspace between Vi and Vi plus 1. So there is no proper subspace between Vi and Vi plus 1. So Vi upon Vi plus 1 cannot have Li bar subspaces. So Li bar is irreducible. So it doesn't have Vi upon Vi plus 1 does not have proper subspace, proper non-trivial subspace. So this becomes irreducible. Irreducible means it is completely reducible. So by the theorem given in lecture 1b of unit 4, we can write Li bar as Ci direct sum Li plus 1, where Ci is center of Li bar and Li1 is a semi-simple ideal of Li bar. Now Li bar is solvable, so Li1 is also solvable and it is also semi-simple. Semi-simple means radical is 0. Radical of Li bar is 0 and it is solvable. Li1 is solvable and semi-simple. Now Li1 is semi-simple means radical of Li1 is 0 and Li1 is solvable, so radical of Li1 is equal to Li1. So Li1 is 0 and hence Li bar will be Ci, which is the center of Li bar, so Li bar is abelian. Now apply the previous theorem given in lecture 4b of unit 4. This dimension of Vi upon Vi plus 1 is 1. So we start from here, Vn plus 1 is 0, so dimension of Vn will be 1. Then dimension of Vn minus 1 upon Vn is 1, so dimension of Vn minus 1 is 2. Then dimension of Vn minus 3 upon Vn minus 2 is 1, so dimension of Vn minus 2 will be 3, and continuing like this we have dimension of V, which is equal to dimension of V1 is n. So we start with a basis of Vn. Dimension of Vn is 1. So suppose E1 is a basis of Vn. We extend this to form a basis E1, E2 of Vn minus 1. Then we extend this to form a basis E1, E2, E3 of Vn minus 2, and so on. Finally we have a basis B equal to E1, E2, E3, En, basis of V1, which is V. Now if T is in L, then because these subspaces are invariant under L, so T of E1 will belong to Vn. So T of E1 will be some alpha 11 into E1. Alpha 11 is a scalar. Then T of E2 belongs to Vn minus 1. So T of E2 will be a linear combination of E1 and E2. So we suppose that T of E2 is alpha 1 to E1 plus alpha 2 to E2. Then T of E3 will be a linear combination of E1, E2 and E3. So T of E3 is alpha 1 3 E1 plus alpha 2 3 E2 plus alpha 3 3 E3 and so on. Finally T of En is alpha 1 n E1 plus alpha 2 n E2 plus so on alpha n m En. Now we write the matrix of T in the basis B. The first column will come from this. There is just one entry alpha 11. So the first column is alpha 11 and all zeros. In the second column we have alpha 12 and alpha 22 and remaining entries are 0. In the third column we have alpha 13, alpha 23, alpha 33 and the remaining entries are 0. And the nth column is alpha 11, alpha 1n, alpha 2n, alpha 3n, alpha nn. So you can see that the matrix is upper triangular. So this completes the proof of Lee's theorem.